Hey Polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video we are continuing on with our summer nail polish rack collab. This is part 5, so if you haven't seen the previous 4 videos, go ahead and check the link up there. I've got a playlist going for all of my summer nail polish rack videos so far, and as with the other videos, this is part of a collaboration, so make sure to check the list down below for all of the other participants and their channels and their videos for their summer nail polish racks. In today's video we are continuing on with our reds. We left off with, I believe, the Sally Hansen, which was class act. We got into our reds, and then we are going to continue on with a red, this time in a holographic formula from Bluebird Lacquer. This one is called Bits a Wonderful Life. This one came out in August Polished Gamers Box for 2021. This one is also sort of outside my wheelhouse just a bit. Reds are not exactly my favorite, although I have come to realize that, especially with this tone of even a brighter red, I actually really enjoy it on my nails. So that's promising for other shades of red, but for the time being, I'm going to stick with my nice juicy pink leaning reds, and this one is a gorgeous formulation with that hollow. Look at that beautiful holographic flare. I want to say it's possible that there's another shimmer particle in here as well, because I am seeing a bit of a red shimmer as well. Now with hollows, sometimes it is sort of hard to tell if that's just a part of the holographic or not, but I'm guessing it's a second component because it is very, very red and glowy. This is it in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This one I thought would be a beautiful juicy shade of red for the summertime. And again, I love the hollow on this. I think longer nails might need a 3rd coat. I don't know if you can see that with the backlighting, but it is ever so slightly still squishy, but I think most nail lengths would be just fine with 2 coats. It is nicely pigmented and opaque. And again, I love the linear flare, and I definitely think I see a glow because that red line that you're seeing right there in between the holographic flare, I'm pretty sure is that shimmer particle. So that one was Bluebird Lacquer's Bits a Wonderful Life. Our next red is from Enchanted Nail Polish. This is called Holo Taco, and this is definitely a pink leaning red, and I think you can see right off the bat why. It has a load of shimmer in here that does shift from pink to blue to green even at certain angles, plus there's some scattering of holographic glitter in here. This one is definitely more on the bright side of a red, but that's why I have it in my summer rack. I think it's perfectly bright and juicy for the summer, and it is one of those shades that will be pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. This one from Bluebird Lacquer is definitely more my comfort zone in its tone, but this one is beautiful, and I really want to get this one on my nails. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. This is it in 2 coats. This one does have a ever so slightly squishy formula. I think, again, longer nails might need a 3rd, but on my nail swatch I was happy with 2. And again, you can see that nice pink flash in that shimmer, and the holographic glitter adds a nice twinkling effect on the nail. So that one was from Enchanted Polish, Holo Taco. Next up, we've got another red, this time from Lemming Lacquer, and this is Delicious Surprise. This is definitely a squishy base. It is more of a jelly formulation. It is loaded with flakies, and I want to say it's possible that there are 2 different kinds of flakies in here. I think there are the iridescent flakies, which you're seeing as green and gold, and then the little tiny flecks that you're seeing throughout, I think, are very small multi-chrome flakies. They don't add a lot of a multi-chrome shift on the nail. They add more of a speckled look, at least on my swatches. And I want to say I do see like a shimmer particle or a larger glass fleck in there as well. I'm not sure if that's going to be easy to tell apart from the flakies on camera, but in this angle here, the yellow or gold that you're seeing is the flakies, and the smaller scattering of green is the shimmer. This is it in 2 coats. As you can see, it is a darker shade of red compared to the previous 2. And as you can see, it is definitely that jelly or squishy formulation. Again, if you wanted something like this to be fully opaque, you could either do a third coat, although with some jelly formulas they still won't be fully opaque, so you could always do an undie. But I've found that for this type of color, I usually have done it in pinks. I actually like the squish factor in certain shades, so you can always try it on a nail and see how you like it. But I thought this one would be another fun one to try for the summer. So that was Lemming Lacquer's Delicious Surprise. And then the last red on this main summer nail polish rack is going to be from Holo Taco. And actually, technically, this is a coral. So I like I said in my blues, this side of the rack isn't perfectly color organized, but this one is Coral Chaser, and this is a really beautiful holographic. If you are familiar with the polishes from Holo Taco, especially the holo formulations, they are very, very linear, very, very flary. I mean, they are just beautiful. This I thought was a gorgeous color for summer. This is it in 2 coats. It has that beautiful coral color, a bit more dusty than the reds that we've been looking at. But again, I thought the holographic flare on this would make it a beautiful one to pull out for the summer. And we just look at the rainbow that you're seeing on the nail there. Absolutely beautiful. So that one was Holo Taco's Coral Chaser. And that wraps it up for the rest of the polishes that I already had on my summer nail polish rack. Now I'm going to be sharing with you 10 polishes from Zoya that I'm going to be adding to my nail polish rack. Alright, so these are the colors from Zoya that I'm going to add to my summer nail polish rack. Obviously I can't fit any more on this rack, so I will be having a second one over here very soon. And plus I do have more polishes set aside that I will be adding to my nail polish rack. Anyways, the first one that we're going to look at from Zoya is this beautiful pink. This one is called Lola. This is actually the pink that got me started on these bright tones of pinks. This was the first one that I wore, and I had initially picked it out to go with a glitter Corelli polish that I wore. I believe it was Swamp Gloss Woe, that had really beautiful pops of hot pink glitter in it, and I wanted an accent nail with this color, and I ended up absolutely adoring this color on my nails. Like I said, it got my foot in the door with these bright, juicy, hot pinks. And this one, as you can see, has a really beautiful flash to it. There is a purple to pink to blue shift going on in the shimmer. This is it in 2 coats. It is a little bit on the squishy side, but I believe I wore it in 2 coats. And again, I love this bright tone of pink. The flash on this one isn't as strong as an indie usually would be, but it is there. I can definitely see it. It adds a little bit of a glow to the polish. And like I said, this was the pink that started it all. To compare this one to the other pinks that you've possibly seen in part 1, because part 1 was almost all pinks. These are the other pinks that I have on my summer nail polish rack. And I think some of them are kind of similar. The most similar one would probably be this one from Phoenix. And to compare the two, the one from Phoenix has a stronger blue, and the pink is actually a bit different. So the pink from Phoenix leans a bit more cool toned, and the one from Zoya is actually a bit of a warmer shade of pink by comparison. And I think these are other ones that it might be kind of similar to, but again, not dupes necessarily, just similar shades of pink. We have Lights Lacquer Donna, Different Dimension, what was that one? Thanks a Melon. This one was China Glaze, For Real though. And like I said, they're not exactly dupes, but somewhat in the same family of pinks. So that first one again was Zoya's Lola, a favorite so far, and actually one of the ones that I'm allowing myself as a re-wear polish. Next up is a purple from Zoya. This one is called Bliss. This one did have a pretty thin and actually watery formula. I was a little bit surprised. This one I did end up swatching in 3 coats, but it does have a really beautiful berry shade to it. Then there's that flash on the nail. It has a bit of shimmer going on. It is, I believe, like a purple to pink. This is it in those 3 coats. I do think that some nail lengths might even need a 4th. I honestly don't know if my bottle is just old enough and I am the second owner, it's possible that it was thinned down. So it's possible if you were to order it from Zoya directly that it might not be this thin, but this is just the bottle I have, so just telling you how it was, and I definitely needed a third coat for this one. But look at the glow that you get on the nail. It's definitely there. It adds a nice flash on the nail. Again, not as flashy as an indie would have been, but a beautiful color that I thought would be fun to try for my summer nail polish rack. So that was Zoya's Bliss. The next one is another 3-coater. This one is called Binks, and this is a beautiful, fun glitter balm. This has a nice soft shade of purple, and then you have those really beautiful iridescent glitters and a gold shimmer. This one does have a shearer formulation, so again, this is in 3 coats, but I really like the tone of this purple, and those glitters are one of my favorite components. I really love all the shifts that they have, and I love the twinkling effect that they add on the nail. And I wanted to add a color like this to my summer rack because as you no doubt saw, I have a lot of very, very bright colors, and I wanted to add some other shades and tones of colors, especially in the purple family, to sort of round that out and give myself some other options. And again, I thought that one was really beautiful. I have wanted to get some of the polishes from Zoya's summer collections, but I haven't got any of those just yet. So this one was Zoya's Binks. Next up, we have another soft purple. This one is called Hudson. This has almost like a metallic sheen to it by comparison. The formula has a lot of shimmer in it. As you can see, you've got flashes of green and gold, maybe even a little bit of pink in there. And the gold against the base comes off looking a little bit metallic. And I don't know if that's the base itself or just the mix of all of the shimmer in the base, but it's a really beautiful shade, and I really enjoyed how it came out on the nail. This is in 2 coats. I love how it turned out. You've got almost a speckled look on the nail. And again, while it's not the brightest color for summer, I thought it would be a fun one to add to round out some softer shades that were still bright for summer. So that one was called Hudson. Next up, I added one of the Pixie Dust formulas. This one is called Alice. This is another really beautiful shade of Blurple. You can see all of the glass fleck in there. Since this one is a textured polish, there is like a micro glitter or something that also is in there that I believe is responsible for causing the texture. And so you do see a little bit of like the speckles throughout. This is it in 2 coats. This is just a beautiful shade of Blurple. I love it. I think there are actually some micro glitters as well on the nail. You can see them twinkling away in a lighter shade of purple. This I think almost could fit into the category of the Very Perry color of the year as well. So excited to try that one. That one was Alice. The next one is this blue called Saint. This one actually wasn't as bright as I was hoping it would be on the nail. In the bottle, it's actually a beautiful, pretty bright shade of like a mid-tone blue. There's also a little bit of a soft shimmer going on. You have shifts between green and pink, a bit more subtle than the other colors, but you do still see it on the nail. This is it in 2 coats. I think the most prominent part of the shimmer that I'm seeing on the nail is the soft pink shift. But like I said, this didn't turn out as vibrantly as I was hoping it would, but I think if I had an entire mani like this, it might still fit the bill and be bright enough for summer. So that one was Zoya's Saint. The next one is actually a Zoya topper. This one is called Mosheen, and this one has these adorable tiny bar glitters as well as some glitter in it. It's all in a very squishy soft blue jelly base. I would even venture to say it's not even a jelly base so much as it is a very lightly tinted blue base. This is it in 2 coats. I did do half of the nail over a white nail polish, so you could see how it would look over another color. And as you can see, it does definitely tint the white polish underneath to a very soft blue. But hopefully you can see all of the fun glitters on there. The twinkles from the micro glitters and then the bar glitters in there as well. I thought that this one would be very fun over some of the blues that I have on my summer nail polish rack. So that one again was Mosheen. Next up we have another blue. I'm definitely feeling the blues for this summer. This one is called Muse. This is another glitter bomb with a bunch of shimmer. This is a slightly darker shade of blue, but again, you've got a bunch of the shimmer, a bunch of glitter going on. I believe it might have the same glitter component as Binks. Yeah, I want to say it's the same glitter component. And again, I love the shade of this blue. This is another one that I did do 3 coats in, and it is still pretty squishy. I think some nail lengths might need a 4th to reach full opacity, or again, if you like the squishy look on the nail, you could wear it in just those 3 coats. Or if you wanted it to be fully opaque, you could wear 2 coats over a cream polish in a matching blue color. But I really like this one. It's very oceany, and I love the green glow that you're getting from the shimmer particles and the glitter twinkling away in some blue, green, and orange. A little bit of gold. I think that one's very beautiful and mermaidy, so I'm excited to try that one. That one was Muse. And then the next one is a classic Zoya color. I don't know that many people would have it on their summer rack, but I thought it was nice and bright for summer. Also would work well for the fall, but a beautiful shade that I want to try for summer. This one is Dream. This is in their holographic formula. So you have the scattering of the hollow glitters in here. This one is a beautiful formulation. This is it in 2 coats. I absolutely love how this one looks on the nail. The speckled look of the scattered hollow is really beautiful. And I love that Zoya has this kind of formulation. I, in fact, want to get more from them in this formula. I don't think I have too many. This one was obviously one of the first ones that I needed to get because everyone talks about it. And it is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade of blue. Absolutely love this one. So that one was Dream. And then the last polish is another mermaidy shade. This one is called Carla or Charla. I actually am not sure which one is the correct pronunciation, but look at this beautiful glow. This is a deep teal loaded with a glass fleck shimmer in it. You see shades of green and gold, maybe a scattering of pink in there, all in that beautiful squishy teal base. This is it in 2 coats. This is another formulation where longer nails might need a 3rd coat to reach full opacity, but this is one of those colors that a lot of people have raved about as being one of their favorite colors from Zoya. And I thought it would make a beautiful deep shade of mermaid teal for the summertime. So that last one was Carla or Charla. And there you have it, 10 more polishes that I'm adding to my nail polish rack from Zoya. Let me know down below which ones are your favorites from Zoya for the summer, and if there are any from their previous, let's say 2 or 3 summer nail polish collections that I should get a hold of. I was eyeing them, but I haven't made my decision about which ones I should get, if any, this season because I already have a lot of brights and I wasn't sure if I needed any more. But let me know if you have any absolute must-haves, how they compare to your other nail polishes, if they filled any gaps in your nail polish racks, or if you see any that might fill the gaps in mine. As always, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my nail polish videos in the future. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in that next one.